next Tuesday, musicians from all over the area will come together to raise awareness about this opioid epidemic. The Washington Symphony Players, all volunteers, hosting a spring concert at Strathmore over in Rockville to benefit Maryland Heroin Awareness Advocates. It's a cause that affects much of our community, including some of the musicians playing that night. Joining me right now, Beth Schmidt, Lynn Miller, Julia Simpson, David Myers. All of you have been affected by this opioid crisis. I want to start with you. You're the conductor. You're volunteering your time. You've pulled all these musicians together.
Well, the conductor is Ulysses James, but I do play the oboe. Okay. I've been called a Neanderthal who plays Mozart, but right. I got together with some of my friends who are musicians at the Kennedy Center and play all around the area, together with Ulysses James, Metropolitan Washington Philharmonic, and Francisco de Araujo, the choral director. Yeah. We thought we'd have 35 members of the orchestra on stage. There's 68 members of the orchestra plus 30 members of the chorus. Yeah, and that's why I call you the conductor. You have put this all together. Mm-hmm. But why the response? Why are people anxious to reach out and help? Well, I think last year, opioid crisis victims' fatalities totaled 64,000, more than all the traffic accidents in America creating deaths, and all the murders combined ×2. So this is a real pandemic. Have you known people that have been caught up in this illness, maybe even died? I know of 3 people that died within the last year. One, a very prominent doctor, another very, very close friend who literally died from a heroin overdose laced with fentanyl. Right. And I've said all along, and this crosses socioeconomic lines, because it's ridiculous to argue, debate, groups and that sort of thing. Your story, please.
I am actually in recovery in Frederick County of opioid addiction and alcohol addiction as well. Right. And what drove you to that point? You're one of the lucky ones. My breaking point? Yeah. My breaking point was more of an emotional bottom. I didn't really have any legality issues hanging above my head. It was really just hurting everybody around me and losing, materialistic things and emotional aspects left and right. How'd you get started? How did I get started into recovery? No, into opioid use. Into opioids. It was my first year in college, and I had met this girl who looked like she had it all together, and I wanted what she had, and she introduced me to heroin. And at that time, I had only tried alcohol and marijuana, and me wanting to be a part of, I joined in, and that started the next 4.5, 5 years of complete misery. Yeah, it's an eye-opening experience for a lot of people introduced to heroin on a college campus. Thank you for that. You lost somebody. You can't get much closer to you. No. My eldest son died of a heroin overdose. It was actually 100% pure fentanyl. He was given fentanyl instead of heroin almost 4 years ago. He was the oldest of 3 boys. And ever since then, I had too many questions, and so I am now the person that people come to. We created Maryland Heroin Awareness so that we could give answers to other parents. Yeah, and talk to the parents out there right now who are in the throes of this thing. I mean, trying to save a child. What, if anything, can they do? Love your child. Accept them. Help them. I'm going to cry, so I apologize. Reach out to them. Give them somebody to come to. Help them. Love them through it. And support their recovery. And realize that they're trying. Does tough love weigh in at all? Does that help or hurt? Tough love, that's a sticky situation. Tough love can help in the beginning, but honestly, when they're working towards recovery and they need you there. They need your support. It has to be unconditional. Yeah. What are you up to? What am I say that because we've met like this a number of times, and we appreciate the work that you guys are doing. Yeah, we're real passionate about what we do. My son got into drugs at the age of 16, and it was about 5 years of misery. He's now 28, close to 4 years in recovery, giving back, working in the treatment field, and we try to do all we can to educate, work on prevention. We're in the schools, and help people with resources and places to go and people to talk to. Yeah, I love the idea of young people also who are in recovery reaching back to help other young people, because you speak the same language. Okay, absolutely. I want you to give the details of this concert. It's going to be Tuesday, April 17th, 8 o'clock. At Strathmore Hall and Main Concert Hall. A fantastic concert. We're playing music the public will absolutely love. We're doing some popular tunes by Gershwin. We're doing themes from Carmen. The musicians are all turned on. Some of the very best musicians in the country are performing.
We thought we would have about 35 musicians, but 68 responded. They all wanted to play.
How do you get tickets, or do you just show up and buy a ticket at the door?
Well, you can call Strathmore, or you can go to strathmore.org. Everybody knows how to get tickets at Strathmore, and personally, since I have played the Kennedy Center since it opened, I have to say that it is the best concert hall in the area for acoustics. It's a beautiful hall.
I've been there a number of times, absolutely, on Rockville Pike. It's a great place. Thank you all for coming in. And hopefully we've reached some people out there.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, all right, back in a minute.